Right, hello, hello, hello. We got sound, we got music, lovely. Let me pull the Twitch preview up on my phone. I'm seeing stuff, that's good, I think. There we go. Yeah. Yes, LP, pretty much. Right, let's get chat level. Yeah, they're good. Hey guys, welcome to the stream on Sunbucks. And today I have a special treat for you. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much there, pretty much. You know. With the, I do like to check the previews, it's just to make sure that it's all working alright on my phone. Got me lovely Twitch preview and then a little YouTube preview next to it. Right. Oh boy, do I have something special. No, yeah, so today I figured we'd, the fact I don't have to be up early tomorrow, I decided I'd do a stream tonight. Why not? Yeah, let me put a preview up my phone, yeah. I was prepared today, I had the preview. It's just I had to switch from Stream Deck, which I used to, like, get to this scene, over to it, that's all. So. Anyway, yeah, I figured, I'd stream today. I haven't been doing Thursdays recently, because I've been going into office. But then, for about a month now, I haven't gone into office, at all. Just COVID cases spiking up and... nobody's wearing masks over here. Like, you do get people, but, like, it's rare, so... I made the case that I don't really want to be getting the train for, like, 2 hours. So, yeah. They were fine with it, so I've been working from home. But, despite all of that, the project I'm on is due to finish soon anyway, so even if I hadn't spoken to them, the mandatory Thursday going into office thing would have, like, ended anyway, so might bring back the Thursday stream. We'll see. Don't blame me, boys made the choice this week to take them off at school. Not sure how I feel about it. Ooh. Yeah, no, over here it's like the cases have been like spiking up. It's been in the news and everything that cases are really like starting to skyrocket a bit. And I mean, ever since masks were no longer mandatory over here in the UK, like people tend to like the amount of people wearing masks like drop significantly. You do get people though that are still adamant on it, and I still wear my mask when I get the train. Like when I was getting the train, because I think the mandatory thing was removed. That was masks being no longer being mandatory was like removed back in like January or something, but it was in March that I stopped going into office. So there was about 6 weeks, I think, where people didn't have to wear it anymore, but I was still going into office. And it was then that I saw on the trains people just weren't wearing them. Like, I'll get on the very first day when masks were no longer mandatory. I got on the train and there was literally like I think 2 others other than me on the train wearing masks, and the train was packed. It was full. I mean, well, I say full, like, no one was sat next to me, but my point is, like, it was full, like, as close as it could be full, without people, like, encroaching on each other's space, so at least people are sort of kind of respecting each other's space. It's just no one was wearing any masks. Anyway, yeah, Chicago still have masks mandatory in public transit and cabs, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so I think we have Uber, like, we use Uber over here. I don't know about cabs, like, I'm gonna be honest. Over here in the UK, nobody gets a taxi anymore. It's always Uber. But Uber is, I believe, still mandatory if you get an Uber, so... But in public transport, it's not, I believe, so, yeah. 2 weeks after Easter is going to be rougher. Why 2 weeks after Easter? What's happening then? Also, I'm really looking forward to Easter because I've got a 6-day weekend Easter. I booked the day because, like, over here in the UK, I don't know. I'm assuming it's like this in the US, but over here in the UK, I say that. I'm not sure how you guys handle your public holidays, but over here in the UK, the Easter weekend, like, if you don't work bank holidays or public holidays, then you get the Friday and the Monday off. So you get the Good Friday off and Easter Monday. Well, the Monday after Easter Sunday. Anyway, but yeah, we over here, like, so what I've done is I've booked the Thursday before Good Friday off, and then the Tuesday after that Monday off. So I got a nice 6-day weekend next weekend. I'm looking forward to that. All the cases from family get-togethers, if you're starting to spike now. Yes, I see what you're saying. I mean, Easter isn't... It's not a massive thing over here, I don't think. It is a thing, like, people do get Easter eggs for each other, but it's not, like, massive. You know? I'm not sure how big it is over there. Not sure. Anyway, how are you doing, LP? Right, I should probably explain what we're doing today. So, we're back on our cypher that we started working on Monday. I've actually done quite a bit on it already, so... We were working on a book on a book cypher at the end of Monday. I have improved it. I've got now all of these files here on the right hand side. You'll see all these text documents. They've all actually got like stuff in them. All of them, you know, they're all populated, and they are actually copies of our ice cream stand stories. All of them. So I've got 1 to 16 from the main section, and I've got 1 to 8 of the side section, the side stories, and then I've also got the Tome of Time. I don't know, LP, if you remember the Tome of Time. I got that in there, like in the third section, and I've made it now so that inside the book service, book cipher service, we no longer have to read the books in here. Instead, I've got this seed library. So I've got this library service. I think it might have been. Did we have a library service last time? I'm not sure if we did. I've now got this library service though, which is responsible for storing the books, right? And so we've got it's got its own random, so that it can like randomly pick a book and whatnot to give to the cipher. So inside the library service, we've got these sections, and inside the sections, we then have the books. So you can think of sections like categories. Like if you were to treat this like an actual library, you'd have the sections be like, you know, action or adventure, and you know, comedy, biography, horror, you know, history, that kind of stuff. And then inside the sections, like, you know, you've got the books. These are the same as they were last time. Is it going to work? There we go. This is the exact same as it was last time. But it's all set up now so that it'll actually read from these JSON files. For anyone who followed along with the programming that we did with Streamsmiths a few weeks back, where we explored JSON files. I don't know if I actually showed many of them off, but basically it's just a data file. It's just a file that stores data in a certain format. And the library is set up specifically so that we don't have to worry about coding in where the sections are, you know, what books are in each section. Instead, the library's like root folder, so the library folder has this sections.json, which is where we store each data, like the data for each section. So section 1 has an ID of 1, it's called 01 main stories, section 2 is 02 short stories, and then section 3, I've called it 05 just because it matches what it is on the Google Drive that I've got for it. Really it's 03, but it's whatever. And so what happened is library service will down here in seed library, so library service will first of all clear our sections so that we wipe out all the sections. Then it will read that JSON file, and it will this lovely JSON library. There's a lovely NuGet package, code library called NewtonSoft.json, I think it is, or JSON.NewtonSoft, something like that. It's called NewtonSoft. It is the most downloaded package ever, like to do with C#. So, you know, it's the most widely used package for a reason. I think I went over this when we were doing it with Streamsmiths, but it's massive. And you've got to convert things, so you can convert to and from like the C# versions of it. So this section JSON thing here, that matches the same structure as sections.json. So you see in sections.json we've got an ID, we've got a name. Well, this section JSON, we've got an ID, we've got a name. It matches, and so this JSON convert can just freely convert to and from the JSON file and the code sort of class, the code class. And then all we do is we basically take the conversion of it as an array. So we're deserializing it or converting it into an array, which is what these square brackets mean, of the section JSON class. And we pass in this JSON string, which is just a readout of the file, the text from that file. And then basically from there we loop through that array, basically build our section from it. So, you know, we create a new section passing in an ID and a name, and then we seed the section, and then we add the section into our sections list. So we seed the section which does the exact same thing as the section, like what we just did for the library, but for each section. So now if I go into the 001, yeah, the 001 folder, this is section 1. I go into section.json within this, and now we've got all the books. So book number 1 is ID1, name, Legend of Sam Our Saviour, etc, 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 all the way down to 16 Will of Ice. It reads through that. Again, it converts into the same section JSON because it's the same data structure. I thought there was no point making a book JSON because it's the same data. It's like it's the same structure. It's ID name. So we just basically convert that into another array of section JSON, loop through that, build our books the same way we did them last time, kind of. I mean, if I go into here, we pass in a section because each book then references back to its own section. What else is there? We pass in the name, we pass in BID, which is the book ID, and then again we can pass in the pages if we want. That's something that I think we put in there last time. We build the book here, so we say, okay, well, book is equal to new book. We give it the name, we give it the ID, which is the BID, but like with the buffered zeros, so you get 001. Then we're sending it which section it's got. And then what we do is, if pages is count greater than 0, so essentially if there are pages, then we loop through the pages and we just add each page basically. And there's this validate page. I'll get to that in a second. I don't know if we did that last time. If pages, on the other hand, is either null or has no pages in it, like it's not null but it's an empty list, then we do this book.load pages, which I think we had last time. I might have tweaked it. Maybe, I'm not sure. I might have tweaked it, but it basically does the same thing as the seed, where it will read the text from the book path, which is generated from the sections, like section path, which is the library path plus ID, blah, blah, blah. There's this whole chain. Don't have to worry about that. All you need to know is book path leads to the book's individual files, so 001.txt. It reads all the data, all the text from that as a string, and then what we do is we split the book by triple new line, because I wanted to be able to support like these double new lines in the page, so it's kind of like readable. So it's this here, so this like line 29 and 30, that's a triple new line, because you've got the new line from 29 to 30, the new line from 30 to 31. Hang on. Oh, sorry. The new line from 28 to 29, 29 to 30, and 30 to 31. That's a triple new line. So that's the page split. And then, yeah, we clear the pages, as we did with all the sections. And I think in section we clear the books. Yeah, we clear the books. Yeah, clear the pages, loop through the pages from that new array we've got, and add the pages. And then there's this validate page, which all it does is it will replace... it replaces basically all of the new lines in the page into spaces. That's all, and it does it in decreasing order. So it will replace 5 new lines, and then 4, then 3, 2, 1. You know, that avoids just like replacing one new line with a space, and then another new line with a space, and then the double space. Anyway, that's all that validate page does. Is it just basically? I think we did have this last time, but we only had the 1 new line. It now does 5. Anyway, all of that just to say we've now got an actual library. Basically, you know, we get this get random section, get random book. We've got query stuff, which I'll get into in a minute. The query stuff's a little bit more complicated, but all in all, what that means is that when we do an encryption, we basically try and get a random book, and we pass in our random, and that's important. That's so that we don't get the same book over and over and over. So we've got this random within the this book cipher service. I mean, I guess in theory we could have just let me have a look. Okay, so we don't have to pass a random in, but we can if we want to control it, if we want to control the random specifically. But yeah, we try and get a random book, and then we just treat it the exact same way we did before. Literally, the only code change I made when I introduced multiple sections and stuff was that. Just changed how we get the book, because before I think we just referenced the book list that we had here. but it's the same file. It's the same, like the book class is exactly the same. I've not made any changes to pages at all, so the rest of this is applicable. It's the same. I have changed these things, the cipher parameters and encrypt properties, because we used to pass in a string input, get out a string key, and we then also had shakes. Specifically, we had shakes on this alt key cipher service, just here. That's no longer a thing now. All of that's part of the cipher parameters. So we've got an input, key, a shakes, and whether or not the key is encoded, because now I've made it so that with the book cipher, you can tell it whether or not the key is encoded, because the idea is, if you want to be able to use this to encode a piece of text, but you still want to give someone a key to decipher it, to decode it, you don't want to give them an encrypted code because it's this massive long string of numbers and letters that mean nothing. I mean, they could, well, you could, and they could then use a base 64 decoder, which would give them the actual then, like, the book name, the book number, which is now section number, book number, and then from that point on, it's the same as it was before. So S to skip, or we do, I think it's page number, character number for each letter. That is for each letter. But yeah, the idea is that if they've already done a base 64 decode, or you've given them the decoded string, they can just pass in the decoded string. They just basically indicate to the command prompt window that it's already decoded, so it doesn't have to do it itself. That's all. Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Neither Good Friday or Easter Monday bank holidays in the US. Anyone can take them off for a religious perspective, but it's not a guaranteed day off like Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, etc. Ah, I see. Over here it is. Over here, Easter, the Easter Friday and Good Friday, Easter Monday are bank holidays over here, so we get them off, unless your contract states you work bank holidays, in which case you don't get it off. But that's something that has to be agreed with the employee. Like that, the employee, I think, has to be in the contract, basically. The employer can't just assume you're going to work bank holidays without making it clear. Are you going to test out trying to actually manually decoding it? Oh, I did. Yeah, no, I already know. Like, I've done it. Like, when you say manually, I'm guessing you like mean using a file and having to go through it. In which case, I have done that. Like, don't recode or show the original message. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could do that. Like, there isn't like what? Okay, what I could do. I'm just trying to think about when I could do this. What I'm thinking is, if I build this and put it on the Discord somewhere, you guys could like download it. You could encode strings and stuff, and then you could like send me the encoded message, and then with an encoded key, and I could then decrypt it on stream. That could be cool. Anyway, I gonna have a hydrate for stream first. A Dankeschön. We could do that. I'm just trying to think about when. I mean, look, I could upload it now because it's in a state that this works. The book cipher works. I am just going to rename this alt key cipher service because it turns out this is an actual genuine cipher. It genuinely does exist. It's called a keyboard shift. So we're going to rename it keyboard shift cipher. Keyboard shift cipher service. There we go. I couldn't believe it, like, because I looked up a bunch of cipher services earlier, and I've actually got like, there you go. I can now close that tab. I've got. Hang on a sec. Let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 14 ciphers so we can look at implementing today. One of them's real simple. One of them's very similar to what we've already done. It's just instead of it being a keyboard shift, it's just a cipher. It's a Caesar cipher, which is just you take the alphabet and you just shift it. That's it. The A to Z and shift that. Most book ciphers I've seen a single book. So this is interesting. There's multiple books. Yeah, like the way it's set up is you can pick any. You have to pick a book that's within the library, of course. But I do at some point I want to expand this so you can add books. I was even thinking about it earlier how you do it, and like I'm thinking like you'd type in a name, it would automatically assign it an ID based on where it is in the section. Like, you know, basically it just add it to the list, and it would have like an ID of 9, for example, because there's 8 already in it. You'd type in the name of the book, then you would do, for example, you'd type in, what is it? Yeah, you'd paste in the pages one by one by one. And then I'm thinking, like, then there'll be like a keyboard combination, like, I don't know, like Control S or you know, Q, quit, or I don't know. You type something, and that would indicate that you've pasted all your pages in. Like, so you paste the page, enter, paste the page, enter, paste the page, enter, and it would add it to the pages. And then once you've saved it, like once you've then indicated that you've finished it, it would then save a text document in the same way that the rest are all saved in a minute, and it would add it to the JSON. That's the plan, at least. But yeah. Should be interesting. But yeah, would it be worth me building this then? Because I mean, I've renamed that now. Before I do actually have to go over some stuff. I've made it a little bit more user-friendly. So if I run this now, you'll see quite a bit of a difference. So if I just make this a bit bigger. Yeah, so it is a little bit different. You've now got this sort of action list. So you can, like, tell it to form an action. I mean, that scratch is really poorly named. One sec, let me rename that. No, retry. No, that indicate. No, not retry. Reload. Actually, I just realised I don't want to do that. I want to. There you go. Reload. There we go. Want to do that. That'll then change it in these places. Right. Here we go. So we got this. So R reloads it. Simple as that. That's it. Then you've got all these different like options. So you can encrypt or decrypt. You can go into the library. You can go into a section or into a book. So for example, if I go into library, it tells me the sections, and then I can press any key to return. So that basically tells me what the sections are. So we know that, say, main stories has an ID of 1. Then I want to see sections. Okay, well, I'll go into sections, type in 1. Section 1 contains the following books. Gives us a list of books. Cool, awesome. Legend of Sam, our Lord and Saviour. Let's have a look at that one. So that's section 1, book 1. So then I go B for book. Section ID is 1. Book ID is 1. And then it gives us all these pages. So if I scroll up, we've got page 1. Long, long ago, in a time before all ice cream kind, and ever further than most creatures could remember, it was a much simpler time. Blah, 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 blah. Then, like, we loop back to here, and then we got the page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, etc., etc. So we got that. So you can see library section book. Then you can do an encrypt. So enter a message to be encrypted. LP is the best. Boom, there we go. That's our encrypted message. Apparently LP didn't get translated. The only concern, copy that into there, is it might have translated the exclamation point into a space, which would be worrying. But yeah, what we can do is we can now decrypt. This should be interesting. Paste that in there. Provide the key. There we go. And then it's going to ask if it's base 64 encoded. I'm going to type Y because it is. Okay, so LP is the best. And then this gives us the key. So it was actually... That's the actual decrypted key. So what we're going to do now... Return. And we're going to go back to decrypt. I'm going to type. Copy that back in. And this time, I'm going to copy this one in. And then it's not base 64 encoded. And there we go, LP is the best, and it just gives us back our key, but you know. I thought the output to the users would be something like... Why would it be numbers? That's what I was expecting. Oh, I see what you're saying, right, yeah. I mean, I figured, the thing is, like... I figured... Well, yeah. The whole idea of like encoding it with base 64 was to hide the key, so that you could send the key with the message. But then because it's base 64, it's really easy to decode because it's a standard, like, you don't need a password or anything. Oh yeah, an LP was skipped. Interesting. Black Paper Wings, hey, how you doing? Hello from the SUTV team. Hey! How you doing today? Somebody says I'm just watching. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Just doing some programming. But yeah, I mean, encoding the key as a base 64 is like, it was to hide the key, but then it's a really simple like decryption. So, but you don't need the key because the whole point is that people have no idea what book is used to is already encrypted. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So like, but the problem is if you send an encrypted text to some random person on the internet, how are they going to know how to decrypt it? Also, you know, the great thing about it, I mean, the thing about this is you do kind of still need like the source. You still need just to decode it, so they have to know the book already. That's an established key to it. Yeah, I know. But still, I mean, you could still do that. You know, maybe. Oh, okay. Tell you what. I've got an idea. I have an idea. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to close that. Let's close that for now. I don't need that anymore. This is what we'll do. We go to book cypher service. Right. So here, what we'll do is if parameters.key, but so if not null or empty, so string dot is null or empty but not. I'm gonna need book. No, not all book, please. That should be fine. And then here I just go else. So the plan here. What are you complaining about? Well, hang on one sec. No, Jesus, I can't type. There we go. Right, so the plan here is what we do. Equals null. There we go. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to make it so that you can pass in a section in a book. So then you can control what book does the encryption, or you could leave it blank and it would then get a random book, right? So that's what I'm thinking. We'll do that. So we go for. I should just be able to do var details equals parameters.key.split by dash. Yeah, because we'll have the command prompt, this part here, control control the format of the input, the key. So like you as a user, you wouldn't have to worry about the dash. You would it would say, do you want to use a section, like, you know, enter section number, and it would be like in brackets, leave blank for random. So then you could leave it blank or enter something, you know. And then the next one would be enter book number or leave blank. But that would be dependent on passing in a section, yeah. Okay. So that's that. And then we just need to do book equals library service dot get book. Yeah, and then it's just details. Oh. Yeah, no, that should be fine. No, I am gonna have to do some validation checks here. Yeah, okay. Hang on. If book equals null. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some validation checks to make sure it's gonna pass. So we do var SID equals no, we want to do int dot try pass details 0 out var SID and int try pass that var out. No, can we type please? Can we do this properly? Var out var bid. Let me do this. So then it'll be SID 000 BID 000. There we go. Cool. Okay, there we go. That sorts that one out. And then we can do that. That's a fandangled new way of saying if this is equal to null, then do this. Love that. Cool. There we go. So that's that sorted. And all that means is that if we pass in a section and book, we use that to get the book. Otherwise, we get a random book. I like it. Let's now make it so you can pass that in. So we go... right, I'm just going to split this if statement up a bit. Can we... What? Okay. If string dot is null or empty... Realize that's not the bit I want to take out. It's that bit, isn't it? Yeah, then we want to go console.writeLine. And then we're going to say enter section ID. Bar section equals console.readLine. Hang on a sec. How do we do it over here? Please enter section ID. Okay, please enter a section ID. I want to make it sort of formatted the same way. Please enter a section ID, and then we get section, and then we say if section, well, if not string dot is null or empty section. Then we say, bar book equals string dot empty. What's with all these extra spaces? It's weird. Okay, so if string is not an null or empty section, then we then want to do console.writeLine environment.newLine. I want to do 2 of those because readLine doesn't add a new line. There we go. Environment.newLine. Please enter a book ID. Book equals console. It's telling me, it's giving me the suggestion. There we go. Cool. And then we go if that or leave blank or random. Should the prompt also say leave blank for random? Yeah, it should do, yeah. No, it's all good, it's all good. Key equals section dash book. Oh. Book. Now, this conflicts a bit with what I've done already, so I'm just thinking. The blank for we're gonna do it for the book as well. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say var section equals that. Maybe. Hang on a sec. Go to library service. Okay, so that returns section. And then we'll say trying to think about ways of doing this without pulling sections in. No, body book. Is book that, and then is section. And then we can do if no. So book equals is section, and then we do is book. So if is book is true and is section is true, so both is section is true and is book is true, as in if we were successfully able to, yeah, if we were successfully able to convert section and book, then we say, right, library service, so we actually need to do that basically. Otherwise, if section is true but book isn't, then we do library service get random section dot get book, and this time we pass in the BID :000. There we go. And then if any of that is not going to work, then we just get random book. It's a little bit convoluted, I guess. Kind of. Ish, maybe. Hopefully that makes sense. So book is equal to the result of this, where if section was successfully able to be pulled out of the key, and if book was successfully able to be pulled out of the key, then we get the book specifically. Otherwise, no, hang on a sec. No, I'm doing this the wrong way. Get section. I've done the get book get section here the wrong way. SID 00, and this is get random book, which we don't have. Okay, so we don't have a function for that. That's fine. We can fix that. We can do a get random book. Let me just go to the library service and how we get the random section. Here we go. Section. I need a random in here. There we go. So that gets a random book. Love it. Love it. Simple stuff. Not well, yeah. Random. There we go. And actually, we need that to be. Okay, it is already nullable. Cool. Oh, yeah. I should probably set that equal to null by default. There we go. Anyway, what if you pick a section ID that's not in the That's not in the book. Like, you pick section 10 in a book with only 6 sections. Should it prompt you for a max range or a list of available IDs? No. No. The idea is, like, you would know what book... So well, this is the thing. If you don't know what book or section you want to do it by, you might as well let it randomize it, right? If you've already got one in mind, though, you would use that. That's the idea. Let me go about popping some of this stuff in. So library service. I need to pop these. There we go. That there. Love it. And that's probably going to be like... Is that going to break? We're all good. Okay. There we go. That then makes it so that I don't have to pass around them. Yeah, there you go. Around them. But if I fat finger a 4 for a 3 and there's only 3 books, what happens? So in that event... Oh yeah, so in the event that that happens, it will get around a book. Because what will happen is we'll pass in, say... You know, if there's only 3 books, then we pass in a 4... And this get book returns nothing, so okay, library service. So we go here to get book, get section, get book. Okay, so yeah, so it will try and get the book. If it can't, then it'll return null. So if we pass in a 4 and there's only 3 books, it's going to come back as like null. It's not going to pass it back. And so what will happen is this book will then be set to null, and then this check here, this little line here outside of the if check to see if we passed in a section and book, this will then detect that book is equal to null. That's what this question mark equals means. It just means if book is null, then assign it to the value of this, like assign the value of this to book, and that's just to get random book. That's just what we were using before anyway to get the random book. So yeah. Yeah. I think we'll give it a go. Will the output tell the member they're dumb and picked an invalid book so they don't try and decipher using 4 or tell the end user 4? No, it won't. We could do that. I mean, yeah, we could do that. Give me a sec. We could put something in play. Yeah, let's do that. I've got this size variable here. Sections. There we go. So we can just do library.size, and it gives us the size of the library. And all I need to do is one second. Okay, so we don't actually get any extra details back. Let's do that. So public string additional details. There we go. So we don't actually give back any special details, as like any extra information. Like this, for example, this would be the perfect thing to do, to pass back extra information. So what we'll do is, let me just think about this. Yeah, we will go if SID is greater than or equal to size, library service dot size. Oh, okay, one sec. Public int size get. There we go. That fixes that. Yeah, there we go. That fixes that. Awesome. Bar MSG equals blank for now. MSG plus equals the section SID 000 does not exist. Used section. Hang on a sec. So if SID is greater than terms and book not equal to null. Okay, so use section. Let's do this. Hang on, so I'm just thinking, so if you pass in something dodgy, you're gonna get null back. So if book is equal to null and SID is greater than, there we go. So an SID is greater than that, okay. Use section, no. Trying to think about ways of doing this that doesn't involve us like just adding just useless code. I mean, because the simple way of doing this would just be doing like var is param is key used equals false, and then over here we go is key used true, and then you could do here if so var, let's say var book null is equal to book being null, right? So book null just used to check if book is equal to null before we then try and do this assignment here. And then all we'd do here is, so we'd then say if book null and is key used, then we would say something. We'd basically then go the properties dot additional details equals failed to use the provided section / book combo. The used section / book combo is, and then we'll pass in what we got. So book dot section dot id dash book dot id. Okay, so we do that. That's what we do. And then over here in encrypt we say I also just realized I never actually like finished this bit. Whoops. Let's get this bit finished. My bad. There we go. And then if string dot are empty, and then we go current encrypt dot additional details console dot write line, and then current encrypt dot additional details. There we go. Right, so that should in theory work. So if we say encrypt and then I say LP is the best, please enter a section ID. We know there's 3 sections, so I'm going to type 4, a book ID of 1, and here we go. So yeah, so encrypted LP, then that's the key, and then it says, let me zoom in so you can see it. Yeah, so failed to use the provided section / book combo. The use section book combo is 0208. So if I take that, that's the key, and then we just take that, and now if we decrypt it, and then we provide the key. That should give us, it is basically for encoding. Yeah, so 0208, that's what it told us, right? So then, now if we go back to encrypt and we say we want LP is the best, and then we say we want a section of 1, but we want a random book. It doesn't give us the book. Okay, so what we should do is, I suppose we should then have it, yeah, we should then actually have it provide a book if you left it blank. Yeah, okay. Why would the second fail? Can't it still use the right book ID and just not the section, which was the only bad one? Well, you say that, but let's say we pass. Okay, yeah. Let's run through this. So we encrypt and we want to go LP is the best. You know, we say we want to use section. Let's say I want to use section 1, but I've double tapped 11 by, like, you know, 11. I've double tapped 1 by accident, and I do that, and then I think, okay, so I want to use like book 10, right, in section 1. I do that. The problem is, if it then randomly selects section 2 that doesn't have 10 books, that book ID is then, you know, that's bad. Like, you know, but it might have it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying, so if it does have it, it should honor it. Okay. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll do that. That's fine. Let's close that. Book cipher servers. Okay, so we can do that. And then that way we can actually control it individually. Like, we can then provide individual messages back. So var section equals library service dot. Yeah, so we'll do a is section library service dot get section of SID 000. Otherwise, if it was unable to get the section, hang on, no, hang on a sec, hang on. Null, and then if section is equal to null, then we're gonna have to, this is where we need to handle things. So out properties dot additional details dot well, plus equals dot new line. I don't need new line. What am I doing? So additional details will have. So here we'll say failed to use the provided section. The section used is, and then we now need to, well, get random section. There we go. Section.id. There we go. And that should not be null. We should probably do a null check first. If section is not equal to null, yeah, we should do a null check. There we go. Cool. So that's that one. So that handles the section. So we're all good there. Got to jump on a sales call. I'll be back in a bit. No worries. So then we go if section is not equal to null now. Again, we want to do our null checks. Then book is not bool. Book is equal to section dot. Well, first of all, is book section dot get book by BID colon 000. Otherwise null, and then we need to do the same. So if book is equal to null, then book is equal to section dot get random book, passing the random, and then if book is not equal to null now, we then do a properties dot additional details plus equals. What I'm thinking is, just to make life a bit easier here, we'll do an environment dot new line at the end, so it does that, and then failed to use the provided book the book used is book.id. I haven't got a new line. There we go. Cool. So that should cover that, and then if after all of that, if book is equal to null, then now we actually do need to do a get random book, and then we probably then want to again report that back to. Well, I mean, you know, just need to report that back. I was doing this additional, not like, you know, null check. Probably don't need to do that, but I mean, we have to do this bit. No longer need that. No longer need any of this. Do we need this bit? Because I mean, this is going to catch it out. And I mean, you know, by this point we're screwed anyway. You know, like, you know, if the book at this point is null, then that would so actually yeah. So by this point, if the actually no, yeah, no, there we go. If by this point the book is null, then we're not going to get a random book from this at all, because we've already gotten a random section, which is going to give you as long as there's one section, you're guaranteed to get a section. The same with random book. As long as there's one book in that section, you're guaranteed to get a book. And there should be, like, I'm going to be honest. Let me just modify our library slightly. Get random section. Right, count. That needs to be changed slightly. Count where x dot value dot size is greater than 0. Yes. No. Ooh, no. That's. Okay. How do we want to do this? Because I want to guarantee that a section's gonna have books, and we can't guarantee that in a minute. We can guarantee that the library is going to give you a valid section, but we can't guarantee that that section will then give you a valid book, because the section could be empty. As in, like, the library is definitely going to give you a section, but the section it gives you could not have any books in it, and then you'll get random book will potentially give no. How do we want to do it? I can do where queries on this, can't I? Yeah. Okay, what I'm thinking. We might. Not sure. I'm really not sure, because you can't get a result from a dictionary by value by index. I don't think. We could do a get enumerator. Well, I'd rather not. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not. Do you know what? I haven't looked through the. Yeah, I haven't looked through the link queries. Oh. Yeah, we could do a skip. And then a take. Or, yeah, we could do a skip and then a take. That could be good. Take one. And then we do a first. Well, we could do a skip and then a first. That could do it. Like, yeah, that might be what we do. So what we'd do is we'd say var valid sections equals sections.values.where size is greater than 0. That's good. That's... Oh, wait, hang on a sec. Hang on. Hold on. Is that going to work? No, because you can't do that, but you can. Hang on a sec. Yes. Oh, okay, we can just do that. Screw it, we'll do that. That just makes things so much easier. Valid sections.count. And then it's just a matter of return valid sections index. Bosh. There we go. That will guarantee us a section that has books. The only issue with that, though... If valid sections.count is equal to 0, then return null, because there is the possibility that we don't get valid sections. Yeah, so by the time we get into get random book, we're guaranteed that the section by this point has got at least one book in it. So this will work. Just thinking what, like... So this doesn't guarantee you get sections, that's the problem. It also, I mean, it also doesn't guarantee that you get a valid book either, because the book could be empty. What we could do actually is if we go into library service, we could just... No, that doesn't really answer it. No, that doesn't... Well, yeah, actually no. So what we could do is if section.size is greater than 0, add section. There we go. So we'd only actually add the section if its size is greater than 0. As in, if it doesn't have any books, don't add it. That does make it a little bit of a nightmare when it comes time to, like, when I add the functionality to add books, because then not sure. But anyway, that will at least, I mean, now this check is useless. So we can basically... No, see, we can't go back to the way it was before, though, because the IDs... You might skip section 2. So you'll import section 1, which has, like, 16 books. Section 2 might have 0 books, so you don't import it. But then section 3 has 2 books or something, so you've got 1 and 3. but the size would be 2, so the random number generator would only generate a number between 1 and 2, so you would never get 3, and 2 would give an error. So we do still need to do this, kind of. We don't need this check though. We can do values. We can do that. No, okay, we can't do that. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, we can do that. There we go. So we'll just rename that to sections. There we go. So we just convert it into a list, and then we get the yeah, so we then use a random number generator to give us the index of the section in the list. Then we do that, we get the section of that index. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Kind of need to do the same thing with books then. So in section, when we got seed section, I then need to do a var book equals basically this. And then we just do if book.size. Did we not do a book.size? Well, because it's pages. Book.pages.size. Pages.size. Count. Not contains key. Count. It's greater than 0, then add book. There we go. So we're doing the same thing here, but now we're going to run into a similar issue where if a book's empty, let's say book 7's empty, book 12's empty, you've got like 1 to 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21, etc. Skipping out a bunch of books, right? Our library service, this is going to break. So we need to do the same thing. Var books equals section dot problem is we don't expose books to the public, so we could make it public, I guess. I'd rather not, but we please books. There we go. Actually, it'd be get, wouldn't it? Well, no, okay. I mean, it's read only anyway. It's whatever. It's read only. And then I'd do like dot books dot to list. Sorry, books dot values dot to list. Book dot count. And then here it would be books index. Yeah, there we go. So it's a similar logic to that, but handled with the books. Yes. Okay, right, let's run this. Encrypt. LP is the best. Right, section ID of 4, but we want to use, say, book 2. I was worried that was going to happen. I was really worried it was going to use section 3. Right, section 4. Right. 2. Right, okay, this is cool. We got an issue here, that's fine. So sections, we got 3. That's all good. Yeah, okay. Sections dot count. So index is 3. Why is it 3? Oh, wait, why is that +1? That shouldn't be +1. Why was it +1? Oh, because of course we were using the ID before, which starts at 0. It starts at 1 instead of 0. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Encrypt. LP is the best. 4, 2. Are you kidding me? Message to be encrypted. LP is the best. 4, 2. Okay, cool. Failed to use to provide a section. A section it used 2. So that means if we now copy that. So we used 4, 2. So we're now looking at 2, 2. So decrypt. Yes. 2, 2. Okay, so that's cool. That worked. Awesome. I'm happy with that. I was going to say, so we go library, cool, section 1. Cool. I might put the size in there somewhere. Section, nope, section 2. Cool, cool. Section 3. Time of time, love it. Book 1, 2. Really? There's only 2 pages? Oh. I'm just going to modify the output slightly. So, library. Sections. Size equals. Query new ciphers. Hang on a sec. Let's take that out of there. Bar. Just thinking about how Hang on a second. I think we're going to build this into this. I've got ways of having it so that the way we get like library section and book information is handled through like an interface. So if I go to book cipher service and I go to the iCipher service, we've got this query where like you got this query class here where I basically plumb in a query keyword or something, or like some sort of query, and then it will, the cipher library will respond with a response. And so it's up to each individual services, like our book cipher service and our keyboard shift cipher service. It's up to these things to basically handle the queries. So if I come in here, we've got this query. So if query.query equals library, then we return, and we basically return the result of query sections within the library, which simply, I believe, if we go to library service, query sections literally just returns the values of sections. That's literally it. And I think the same with section. If we go into sections, query books is just basically the books. And then I think book then has a query pages. Yeah, query pages, which just gives you the pages. Simple as that. Literally, it's that simple. Yeah, so that allows the library, the cipher services to return data back to program without it being dependent on book cipher service. So like that way I could switch it out. So in program I could basically switch out this book cipher service for a keyboard shift cipher service. Right, and then it wouldn't be, as you can see, there's no errors on this page here at all. Like, there's no errors that's appeared. I mean, this wouldn't now work. This wouldn't work, I should say. Well, it would. It would handle it. Like, because of this, it would say unable to obtain library details. We can test it out in a sec. Having said that, though, this encrypt here, this encrypt and decrypt are broken because the key part, the base 64, well... Okay, not necessarily. The base 64 part isn't necessarily dependent on the book cipher service. It just wouldn't. The keyboard one just doesn't use it. Having said that, though, this is you know, again, the keyboard shift cipher service would handle it. It just wouldn't use it. But it's pointless asking these things if we're using a keyboard shift cipher service. So what I should do is cipher service is or rather instance of. Is it instance of? No. Type of? No. Yeah, well, dot. Yeah, dot get type equals type of, and here we type book cipher service. Right, it's obviously got some sort of like, yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's got some optimal way of doing it. That's fine. And then we just basically grab tell you what, we do still want to ask, because now that we've made this independent, we do want to still ask the question about the book. I don't know why I'm getting all these extra spaces in the code. That's really weird. I don't get it. But we now want to ask these questions here. It's fine. We're just here. We'll just go var cipher parameters, new cipher parameters. Here we go, input equals original. Then here we go, cipher parameters dot key is equal to section book. Here we pass in cipher parameters. Cool. Right, so that should now I've made it so that this will only appear if book cipher service is being used, because what we're doing is we're doing something clever where, like, we're basically getting the type of this cipher service. Normally it's an iCipher service, however we said here it's a keyboard shift cipher service, right? Because of that, this will actually return false. So the type of cipher service at the minute is a keyboard shift cipher service, which means that it will not be equal to the type of book cipher service, right? So this shouldn't run. We'll test it out in a second, but I just want to apply that same logic to this. So we want to do here, we want to say var cipher parameters is equal to new cipher parameters, input is equal to original, and key is equal to k this time. Oh. I mean, that should be fine. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. And then I could just be clever and just do that. Cool. Right, we do that, and then here, because this base64 encoded thing only actually applies to book cipher service at the minute, we would replace that with an if. Again, we do cipher service dot type get type is equal to type of book cipher service, and we repeat that. That's no. Oh my god. There we go. This is so annoying. No, can you play ball, please? Right. Cipher parameters dot is key encoded equals e dot key is equal to y. That all that is key encoded is just a boolean, which is the result of whether or not the key you press when asked if is base 64 encoded. If it is equal to Y, then it sets is key encoded to true, otherwise it sets as a false, so we're happy there. And then here, I just want to change this to be cypher parameters. There we go. So we run this now. If I now go to encrypt and I enter a message to be encrypted, so LP is the best. That didn't quite work, did it? Didn't quite work. Didn't quite work. Why? Welcome back, LP. It's broken. Encrypt. LP is the best. Right. Our input is LP is the best. That's happy days. What's our key? 4596. Love it. Random. That's great. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's because we didn't pass in any shakes. My bad. We're gonna have shakes be. We need to handle this in the keyboard shift cipher actually, because we just do. So if parameters dot shakes dot has value. So if it doesn't have a value, then parameters dot shakes is equal to 5 by default. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot we could do the null. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, welcome back, LP. Welcome back. And then we want to do the same here. We want to assume it's 5 if it's not been set. 5 is not really that much. No, we want to assume it's 500. Sorry. 500 shakes. There we go. I can actually remove my breakpoint. Love it. Right, we want to encrypt. LP is the best. There we go. So we get that's our keyboard shifted one. Happy days. We don't get asked about the books, which is great. Something else I'm going to do is I'm going to take those out, and we're going to go if cypher service dot get type is type of book cypher service. Then we'll add them in. Commands dot add console command. Key is equal to L. Library command equals library. Something I want to do at some point is have this be controlled by the cypher service itself. So the cypher service will add the commands in itself. Section book. There we go. So now we run this. Now, as you can see, we don't get the library section book part anymore. However, we come back up here and we replace this back with a book cypher service and rerun it. We do. We get it back in again, and now if we go to encrypt again, we can say LP is the best. And here we go. Now we can enter section. This is where it's now asking us for the book related stuff. So please enter a section ID. We want to go section 3, section 2, book 9, which doesn't exist, so it's used book 5. Awesome. Encrypt, use section 5. Oh no, sorry, encrypt. LP is the best. Enter a section ID to 5, but we want to use book 1. Sections used is 3, which works out well because there is a book 1. Encrypt. LP is the best. Right, section 2. No, that's not what I wanted to do. One sec. Encrypt. LP is the best, and then I want to use section 8 and then book 22. Boom. Section 3, book 1. Cool, there we go. Happy days. We seem to be doing quite well with this so far. One sec. Exit. Figure we might as well handle exit. We escape. If command equals the command dot command equals exit, then break. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Love it. Right. That is that. Why are you having a hissy fit? Sure. Go on then. Actually, I'm going to handle exit slightly differently. Break. Is that going to break out of this? Breaks out of the switch, but not the while. Okay, can I do a double break? No. Okay, well, the exit's going to continue then. Well, what I should really do actually is var exit equals false, and all I need to do is while not exit, and then we just go down here to exit. We say exit equals true, continue. There we go. Boom. I mean, it should be. This is the thing. I mean, it should be caught elsewhere, but like, I think the way I had it set up before was it wouldn't exit then. Yeah, so if I remove that, if I now run this and I get into the loop and hit escape, oh, okay, it does work. Okay, never mind. Oh, no, that's because that's part. Sorry, that's because that's part of the while loop. All right, in that case, then I might as well not bother with that. True. Yeah, there's no point in me doing that. I might as well just literally have exit work the same way as reload, because it'll never reach that point, you know? Cool. Right, yeah, so what's the plan now? We've got our handling of this. Kind of. I would still like to have this be part of book cipher service, so like we would have something like a commands.add and then it would be something like cipher service.get commands, essentially, and that would then give us commands to add in. There's also, I would like the individual cipher services to be in charge of this kind of stuff. So here where we've got this, we would then have a sort of something like cipher service dot ask, well, get criteria, and then like in here we would then do like a whether it's a decrypt or an encrypt, so it would be something like criteria type dot encrypt or something, and that would then ask these questions and it would then handle that. It would like then pass that back, so it would be like something like var additional parameters is equal to that, and then we would say like if additional parameters is not equal to null, then we say cipher parameters dot additional parameters is equal to additional parameters. We'd do something along those lines, which would then get passed in through here to the encrypt, so then the encrypt can handle that. So inside the additional parameters we would then have like a list or something, Yeah, and because the Cypher service is in charge of what those additional parameters come down as through the get criteria, as well as the encrypt itself, we could just basically just use a list, and we know what index we're working with in the list for our criteria. That's all good. We could do that, and we'd do it for decrypt as well. And then here we go. So these cases. So what I'm thinking is this would then also be controlled through the thing. So essentially, it would we would loop through. Yeah, we would have like, instead of a switch command here, we would have like a handle command, like that kind of thing, a function like that, and then that function would then check to see if it's any of the standard ones, and if not, like this console command might then also have like a public cypher service source, for example. And then what would happen is here we would have like a source is equal to cypher service. Like that. And then inside the handle command, essentially it would check to see if, basically, if source is not null, then we would do like a cypher service.run command, which would then handle these things here. Like it would then basically do this for us. We'd basically just copy all of this into something else. Yeah. But yeah, I think let's start knocking some of this stuff out. So I think number one, I want to get this thing sorted. So commands.add cypher service.get commands. I'm thinking we knock that one out. So up here we do a public list console command. You're going to suggest an import? No. Why not? Because it's not... That's a bit worrying because we can't have a circular reference. Which case, that's why... Okay, so we need an interface, I guess. Yeah, we need an interface. Yeah. So... Folder interfaces. Class. iConsole command. Public interface. Right, what do we have in the console command? I closed it, didn't I? Let's see. Console command. So we'd have... Well, this needs to go in here. But I think specifically this would be... I'm thinking that might need to be text, actually. Just because if we're going to be moving library section and book into, like, say, if we're removing library section and book from here and having it be in here or something, the fact that it exists in here, when we try and convert that into this, it's not going to exist here. It's going to have a hissy fit, so that needs to become a text. Just straight text, I think. Well, no. No, I know what we do. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's fine. All we do is we do that. We get rid of that. There we go. And because yeah, and then it does need to become a string here in this one here. That's fine. So we don't have source. No, we do want source. We do want source. We want source. So up here we want to do a public one sec. I may have kind of like already taken this into account. One sec. Hang on a sec. So we need to a console dot command dot convert. Well, hang on a sec. Dot select convert. There we go. Public interface console command. Right, I'm just thinking about how we want to do this. So we kind of already got match. We could make use of that. Because I mean, we're not using that. Well, I mean, yeah, so but then we still want to use console key. No, actually, no. Do you know what? We're going to change this. We're going to make this so that this is public int ID. That's there we go. We're going to get rid of these. Sure, we'll take the input, and if ID is equal to no, actually, because we're gonna compare this by string. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Yeah, so ID equals let's do this like this. So if int.try_parse input out var ID, I think there's a simplified way of doing that. If I do that, it's probably gonna no. Okay. I mean, there is actually. Why isn't it suggesting I simplify this? The simplified version is literally just return that and ID equals ID. Simple as that. Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't like suggest that. Weird. Okay, so that sorts that one out. So now we just need to like handle this here. So we don't need key anymore. We do however need ID. We don't have to worry about the source. We do. No, we don't have to worry about anything else. I think it's literally just ID. Is that really all we need? Okay, that might literally be all we need. Public console command. A public static console command, and this is then called convert. Yeah, convert. Command. Return new console command with ID equals. We actually do need to pass in cypher service. That there we go. ID equals command dot ID service. Oh, source is equal to service. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that sorts that one out. And then over here, so this is the one that's all of the services will be able to use. As we just found out, it's literally just public int ID. Here we go. That wants me to do something like that. Oh, there we go. Cool. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough. It's going to be cypher service. Select that cypher service X. Cool. So key needs to be replaced by ID is equal to 0. Don't need to display reload really. I forgot what that was in there for. I'm going to be honest. ID 2 3. There we go. So we don't need that anymore. Right. ID is match ID. Oh, that's got to be a reline. We'll do a. Here we'll type. Please enter an ID to run the function. Okay. Cool. If console, if command string if string dot is null or empty command string, then continue. Simple as that. Continue. There we go. Right. Cool. Okay. Continue. Break. That's good. Awesome. Enter a command ID to run the function. Okay, right. Best code never had breadcrumbs. What do you mean? Wait. Let's work on getting the get command stuff sorted now. So this is then going to be I console command. Yes, there we go. Get commands. Yeah, you said I forgot what this code was for. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forget why I forgot what the whole point of reload was. It was for a reason. I think it was because so it can't convert from it, but it can. It will. I cypher service. I console command. It will convert from it. I know it will. Which one's it using? Is it struggling to? Or is this just because I need to do a .2 list? Hang on, let's pull this out. Let's commands .add range. Yeah, there we go. I love how it doesn't like that. It doesn't. It doesn't like this. Yeah, it's really not having any of it. That's fine. That's not an issue. We don't actually want to do that. No, we want that. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So I think this reload was just a leftover from the old way we were doing it, so I can probably end up getting rid of it, but I'm going to leave it because I like being able to reload the command prompt. Right. Okay, so we got our iLibrary service. No, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the library service. There we go. iCypher service. Get commands. So we now need to actually like handle that. Public list I command. I console command. Get command. And this then needs to return a list of commands. So I'm thinking we're just going to do basically return new list, and we're just going to say new ID equals 0. Oh, why is it not having any of that? Oh, it's because, yeah, hang on a sec. Public class console command. Public int ID. So it's, yeah, sure, we'll do that. And actually, then in that case, I don't actually need that. Because we're not using that same interface. But that's fine. We should still be able to convert it to an interface, like through this interface. So that should be fine. And actually, having said that, yeah, can we... Hang on a sec. No, this wasn't going to work, was it? No, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, cool. All right, I'm just going to also rename this from iConsole command to console command. We're going to move it out into models. Yeah. That's going to break everything. We're going to delete the interfaces folder. Love it. It's going to break everything over here. Why are you broken, actually? Oh, okay, yeah, it's not sure which console command to you. That's fine. Oh, wait, no, wait. Wait, what? Why are you having a hissy fit? You want to use that one? Whatever. Whatever. It's all good. There we go. Okay. Right. And then we need an action command, don't we? Let's actually move that. Go away. I'm gonna move it back down here. Public void action command. In ID. Simple as that. Pop this under the query. I forget why I did a query multiple. Did I handle it here? No. Yeah, well, kind of. Well, I say that. No, I thought I'd handled this. For each var query, well, Q in query, yield return, query Q. I'm a little bit stumped as to why I didn't do this. I'm pretty sure I'd gotten this sorted. Apparently I didn't. whatever. I mean, it's whatever. We're done. That's it. That's sorted that. Anyway, yesterday's phrase word, I need a village. Today's phrase, why are you having a hissy fit? Have I said it a lot today? Whoops. Public void action. Come on. Right, what we could do, we could, in theory, we could box a bit clever with this. I think we might. Yeah, I think we're going to box clever. What we'll do, we're going to make a new list up here. We're going to go private read-only list console command. Commands equals, yeah, commands equals new list. We don't need that extra bit there. And then what we'll do, yeah, when the service is created, that's when we're going to do commands dot add, and this is where we handle our commands. So new console command. So ID equals 0, and then there's going to be an additional thing called public action. Action. Simple as that. There we go. That sorts that one out. Now I just need to write code. Hang on one sec. So our very first okay, I've just realized we also do need to, yeah, hang on a sec, hang on. We need to do a public string name. Can we please? Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, no, it's just occurred to me we need to handle the name. We need to actually have it display something. That's a good shout. That's a good idea. Name. We'll have it display name instead of the command. And then what we'll do actually is, where is it? Well, no, we can do it here. Program, we go. Not string dot is null or empty. If that is not null or empty, then we would do c dot name. Otherwise, we do a c command. There we go. Okay, so that way we handle both situations. So in this situation, we don't have to give them names because it will use the command. Otherwise, what we pass in through this here, this get commands, which I'm actually just gonna commands. There you go. Yeah, so this get commands will have names associated with them. So up here, we do name equals library. Did I not add the name to this one yet? I don't think I have. No, so public string name. I'm mistyping all over the place. It's crazy. There we go. So that does that. So now this will actually show, like, you know, X. Let's just pretend X is the ID. So X dash library or X library, whatever it is. It says whatever the format is. Yeah, X colon and then library. Whereas these will still say 0 exit, 1 reload, 2 encrypt, 3 decrypt. So yeah. Right. So I Just thinking about how I'm going to do this, because the problem is at the moment. No, okay, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Commands dot count. What we're doing. We'll rename this to start index. So an issue I'm just thinking of how we can handle is basically yeah, essentially our service might have this command with an ID of 0, but we've already got the exit command having an ID of 0, and the service doesn't know what our existing commands are. So we need to tell it, which is what we're doing here. Commands.count gives us the size of this list. It's 4, so the starting index will be 4, right? So then all I need to do, what I'm thinking is actually, if we just shuffle some stuff around. So we do the commands before we do the service, and then with the service, we type in command index, and this will then be command.count. That way we don't have to pass it in here, right? We can just get rid of that, and then up here we go int command index equals 0. We'll start off at 0 by default, but we do that. And that will then start us off with the command index. So 4 we're passing in just here, passing in 4, and then all I need to do is manually I'll just basically just +1 +2. So this will be section book, and then all we do is over here. So down here I'm going to go public. We'll go private void print library, and that is going to be equal to this. So all of that goes in there. Just need to replace my returns. But yeah, just need to replace that. Continue with the return. That's fine. What's the query do? I mean, I could bypass this entirely. Yeah, we could bypass it entirely, to be honest. We can go current library size equals, oh, here we can actually use size. That's awesome. Maybe. Oh yeah, yeah, we can do awesome. Okay, var, what does this do? Query section select. Doesn't this just basically do var sections equals library service dot get? Just think about how we do this. I mean, we could still use the query, but let's just use the query. It's just easier. It's just easier to copy over. There we go. We then want to do a print. No, that's pine. Print. No, I did type print. Private void print section. Do this. Again, replacing our continues with return. We get rid of that. We just do a query. Happy days. Private void print book. At some point, I'll probably do this off stream. I will refactor this so that it doesn't use the query and it is handled properly. But for now, I am more than happy for this to work the way it is here, just so we can get it working. There we go. Cool. And then the reason I've done that is so that up here in action we can then do print library, and then here we can do print section, and then print book. And so then in our action command, all we do, that needs to take an int ID. We basically just say commands dot first or default dot ID equals ID action. Like that, there we go. And what that will do is it will run our action. So for the very first one, it will run print library. For the second one, it will run print section, and that handles that. That's really that simple. It should do anyway. No, I don't want to remove. No. There we go. I think that should in theory work. So if we go back to here, we now need to sort of recode this slightly so that we use handle command. So let's write the handle command function. Is that gonna work? I think it'll work, yeah. Okay. So yeah, first things first. If command dot command. No, if yeah. So if source not equal to null, then we'll do command dot source dot action command dot ID. That simple. What's going on here? No, okay, that's fine. I gotta make that null because it could be null. There we go. No, we don't want to do that. Else, and this is where we handle the else. So this is where we would then handle this kind of thing. So we'll then do a void encrypt, where we take the encrypt code. Place these with return. Yeah, I still need to fix these things, that's fine. But that's encrypt sorted, and then we just say so else switch command dot command case encrypt and then break to break out the switch statement. I suppose we should probably do a return. Yeah. And we want to do a decrypt. Decrypt. Exit would simply do a close. Exit. Quit. Console.close. Exit. There is is it application? App? I am 99% sure there's a way of doing this. Console app close. Environment.exit. Okay. Application.exit is application.exit. Okay. Environment.exit works. Exit. Okay. with an exit code of 1, 0 rather, 0, 0. 0 is the correct one. There we go. I mean, that return's pointless because by this point it's not running anymore, but whatever. What's left? Reload. Case, reload, and then default. It's just return. It's literally that simple. There we go. Yeah, sure, okay. And then what else was there? Book library, that's all been taken out. Cool, that's it. Okay, brilliant. We can now, like, basically get rid of this. That's it. Like, wow. And then, oh, shoot, I didn't copy the decrypt. Let me get decrypt copied. There we go. Void decrypt. Right, should we do a prediction to see if this works? What do you reckon, LP? Should we put some channel points on it to see if this is going to work or not? I mean, at the moment it's broken within the encrypt, but I mean, I'm happy to just conk those out for now. 8% failed. Do you reckon? Do you reckon? Should we give it a go? You're probably right. Let's see. Yeah, build errors. Love it. Love the build errors. What's going on? Oh, in my defense, yeah, okay, cool. It's because of this, that's all. We don't care about that for now. Yeah. Right, here we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. Why? Ah, that's so annoying. Let me try and cast that to that then. Hang on a sec. Action. I don't want to pass the action through, that's the thing. I just want the ID and the name. Okay, what if we do that? What do you mean you can't? It's not having any of it. Oh my god. Oh wait, hang on a sec. Hold on a second. I've just realized on this, hang on a sec. Oh god, Jesus. I think at this point, hang on a sec. Yeah, why am I fussing about this? We can literally just do this. I'm so, like, I'm being silly. Yeah, that works. Jesus Christ. Right, here we go. So we do have our exit, our reload. So if I type 1, cool. If we do 2, enter a message to be encrypted. LP is best. We want to go section 1, book 1. Okay, cool. We get that. That's good. If we type 4, boom. Current library size equals 3. Contains the following sections. Amazing. So that means that book cypher service is entirely in control of its own commands. Just going to add a bit of a space. Size equals that. There we go. Let's see. Section. Do we have a section? We do not. Screw it. We won't report the size for that. That'll be something I sort out later, once I refactor this so that it's no longer using the queries and stuff. Right, there's one last bit we do before. I think I'm probably going to call it after this last bit, but what it is I need to go into here, into encrypt, and we want to get this thing sorted so that now we need to basically have it so that each service is then in charge of its own parameters, essentially. So we need another interface, basically. I guess it'd be another model, won't it? Yeah. New class. Actually, it'll be in cypher models here. There'll be like this cypher parameters. It will be so public class. I mean, yeah, so we'll do like a public list object question mark. Yeah, so a nullable object array list called additional parameters, and we'll have it create the list, but it'll be blank by default. That there. And then that'll be decryption parameters. Yeah, okay. What we could do is we could have it return like a list, so if additional parameters are not equal to null and additional parameters dot count is greater than 0, it's going to be in like a list. So we would then do dot add range, and we would then return, we would add the range. Simple as that. And then we basically just have to have this ask. Yeah, so we would go like this, get encrypted criteria. So I mean, what we could do actually, well, I mean, we could be clever with this. We could go cypher parameters, we could pass in the parameters, and then we won't have to worry about this. Yeah, that might work. So this will be public void get encryption parameters. No, what am I doing? It's an interface. And then this would be cypher parameters, and then decryption as well, decryption parameters, because we want the same thing. And then right at the bottom here, I'll actually do it here, right? So public void get encryption parameters, cypher parameters. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. Public void get decryption parameters. And then basically this would just do this. No, what? Cut that, paste. Parameters dot additional parameters dot add. That, literally simple as that. And I mean, we could actually go one step further and just store them separately. There we go, we do that. And what we could do is just basically box clever, do that. No, we won't do that because I think that can cause problems. We will have them like that. There we go. And then for decryption, program. Oh, parameters. Okay. There we go. So we don't even need to worry about that. We just, oh god, just do that. So then within the encrypt on book cipher service, that's right, it's no longer key, is it? It's if parameters dot additional parameters dot count is greater than 0, yeah, then we'll do var section, well, yeah, so this needs to be handled separately. I mean, they don't. Okay, hang on a sec. So what I'm thinking actually is this. I've just realized this is going to cause problems. So this is going to have to be a dictionary, and we're going to store this by string. The key is going to be by string, and then the value will be an object. Yeah, so that's going to work. That will work. And then over here we just do add, and this will be then be section, and the key for this one will be book. There we go. Cool. That means then we can actually pull out the section and book specifically. That works. Yeah. We don't have to worry about like trying to map it properly and blah blah blah, you know. So all we do, I think then, so we just do if parameters dot additional parameters dot contains key section, then we do the section thing. Parameters dot additional parameters section dot toString, because it is a string. It reckons it could be null. We know it's not because it contains the key section. We've done that check already. That there. Yeah, okay, and then we just now need to do the book part. So if parameters dot additional parameters dot contains key book, then we'll do the same. Book, okay. Here we go. We do actually still need the section check, don't we? Yes, yes we do. Yeah, it's probably best to. And that handles that, I believe. And then now we just need to handle decrypt. So in here, it's the same dealio. Want to get the decryption parameters. Oh, can you not? Yeah, decryption parameters. There we go. And then I just need to take this, stick it in here. Dot additional parameters dot add key encoded e dot key is equal to y. So it's a true or false, it's a boolean. And then up here, all we do is var key decoded equals string.empty to begin with. If parameters dot additional parameters dot contains key underscore encoded. Then key decoded equals parameters is basically, oh, and actually I also need to do an and parameters dot no, I need to handle these separately. So if then parameters dot additional parameters dot the value of key encoded and well, not bool. I need to convert this to a bool. I need to pass it as a bool. So that there. So if that is true, key decoded is equal to parameters dot key base 64 decode. Else key decoded is equal to parameters dot key. Yeah. That should cover that one. I think what we'll do is we'll set this to be parameters.key to begin with, like as default. No, go away. In which case then we don't need to worry about that. The only issue is if it is encoded and we don't actually get key encoded, but we should do because it should be part of the get decryption parameters, so that should there shouldn't be any situation like, because it's a read key, shouldn't be any situation where the key wasn't pressed, so it'll either be true or false. Let's run it. I've broken it. Is that because, oh, I need to pass stuff in here? Yeah. This is actually where we need to get, yeah, I do need to handle this because we need to handle shakes. Okay, so let's do that. Please enter an amount of shakes. And this will be where we handle our default. So if shakes is equal to readline, so if int.tryParse shakes out var s, then parameters, add additional parameters, shakes s. Else parameters dot additional parameters dot add shakes 500 as our default. And I can apparently simplify this. That's it, yeah, perfect, love it. That's the one, and then it's the exact same there. Bosh. That needs to be cast as an int. There we go. Yeah, I know. It's not. It's definitely going to be there. In which case we no longer need to check there because, oh god. Yeah. Right, let's give this one a run. See if it works. So far so good. If we go 2 for encrypt, LP is best. Section ID 1, book ID 1. I think it worked. Let's just double check. So 2 LP is best. Section 6, book 11. Cool. Okay. So it is handling the sections and books by the looks of it. Like, it's giving us different, like, you know, it's handling it. It's reading. It's recognizing it. 3. It's not going to decrypt because I'm an idiot, but you know. Okay, we're getting the check for that. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. I'll have to handle that, don't worry. I will try to handle that. We're not too fussed about that just yet. I then want to change this to a keyboard shift cipher service. And I mean, although I'm not using it, we're going to introduce an int command index here. Not, you know, I'm not using it. The command, you know, this one doesn't have commands, but it's whatever. Ah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So here I want to do a return new list, empty list. I just want to return an empty list, and then this one I just want to do return. Okay, yeah, whatever. There we go. Right. Okay. So now we do get stuff here. So 2 encrypt. LP is best. Amount of shakes. 250. Sure. Let's make some notes so we can actually see if it decrypts. What do you reckon, LP? Think it'll work? 3 decrypt. Let's decrypt that. Provide a key. No. That's the key. 250. LP is best. Simple as that. So far, so good. It seems to be working. If I hit 0, it exits. I think we've got it sorted. Yeah, I think we now have it set up so that each service is responsible for its own commands, parameters, etc. Yeah, like basically this, put simply, well, I can get rid of that now. Put simply, the core console does not depend at all on the cipher that's being used. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not dependent at all on the cipher being used. So there's no if checks in here to see if the cipher is a book cipher or if it's a key shift cipher. It just gets it from the cipher and bosh, you know, we've got a nice cipher service get commands. What else have we got? So in handle command, there you go. If the command happens to have come from a cipher service, as in the source is not equal to null, then we action it through the service. And then the service handles the command. We get the encrypted parameters that are specific for that cipher service. Awesome. They get handed automatically into the parameters. It then does the encrypt using that parameter set. So same with decrypt. Yeah, get decryption parameters. Bosh. Nice and simple. We're good. Okay, this is good. So that means I think what I'm going to do I'm just going to modify the book service. I'm going to make these caps just so they blend in better with the rest. Oh. Section. There we go. And then book. And then what I might do... Yeah, exit, reload, encrypt, decrypt, library, section, book. What I might do then is I'm thinking... before we do anything, actually, I've just realized this... Hang on a sec. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Var manual section. False. that there. Manual book. What I'm thinking is we're gonna shape our key slightly. Yeah, that doesn't actually need. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna shape our key slightly so that it'll only give the book ID and the section ID if they're random. So if you've set a section ID, you don't want the section ID being in the key because it's secret. Like, you need to give that to your person who's going to decrypt the message, but it can't be part of the key. You know, you give them the key, which is the page numbers and the book, you know, letter numbers. But you know, if you're passing that key out, anyone who intercepts it's going to know, oh, well, it's section 1, book 5. So we need to make it so that if you have determined the section book, it won't give you the section and book back as part of the key. If, however, it is random and you want it to be random, it will come back as part of the key, and then you could remove it out of the key manually yourself. Like, you could just take that part out. You just send the person who you're giving this message to, you just give them the rest of the key, and you would tell them in person or whatever. You would send them through another encrypted method way of communicating that you've already set up the ID. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So if, hang on a sec, so var key equals string dot empty to begin with. So if manual section, yeah, okay, because it will tell you what book and section was used if your ones were not usable. Yeah, it will tell you what book and section it was if yours weren't usable. So we don't have to worry about taking into account what if your section wasn't used, because it tells you if your section wasn't used. So you'll just then substitute that in your mind, like you would know to take that into account. So if manual section and no, wait, hang on, no. If not manual section, yeah, then key plus equals book dot section dot ID, and I don't actually need that. I can just do that. Right? Why is that having a hissy fit? It told me to undo this before. It told me to whatever. Right? If not manual section. Yeah, so if it was randomly assigned and you specifically didn't select a section, it will add it to the key. You know, it will handle that. But then the problem is we need the dash. But then that can be, that's fine. If not manual book, and key plus equals, and then this is where we need to like do some clever stuff. So key dot length equals 0. Then we want to do a dash. We don't want to do anything. And then we want to do book.id. There we go. There we go. Simple as that. That should solve that issue. So let's have a look. Oh. We'll get to this in a sec. I've just thought of something, but that's fine. Reload, encrypt. So we want to do a 2. LP is best, and we're saying section 1, book 1. That there. I'm not sure if that's the right size, is it? LP is space IS space BEST. Okay, no, it's whatever. So now we do a. I'm gonna have to like manually decrypt this, aren't I? A base 64 decode. Decode. Because if I try and decrypt this and it doesn't have the book and the section, it's going to have a hissy fit. Okay. One sec. Key dot length is equal to 0. It's I've just realized, so the key has included this first thing here. Oh, actually, that there. There we go, that there. Yeah, it's having a little bit of a moment there. Cool, sorted. Because we only wanted to add the pipe after the first element. Although having said that, in the decrypt, when I said it was 80% fail, I mean you needed to review 80% of your code to fix it. Yeah. No, I think, do you know what? We are just gonna we're gonna keep doing what we were doing before. We're gonna do that. That's so that it doesn't break. Yeah, that's so it doesn't break the decrypt functionality. But this is the thing, we do need to still take into account the decrypt. Like, we need to, yeah, take into account if you have set a section and a book in the encrypt, the key isn't going to contain the section and book, and so yeah, so okay. What we need to do then is in the decryption parameters, we need to then enter a section ID, or it's going to be a bit more involved than this though. So what we're going to do is it's actually going to be console.writeLine by environment.newline. Does the key contain the section ID? Question mark. Var section included. Was console.readLine. No, okay. Read key. My bad. Dot keys equal to y. And if not section included, then this is where we now need to ask for the section. We need to get the section. Enter the section ID, but we're not gonna leave blank for random. There we go. And then we do the same here. So console.writeLine. I'm actually just gonna section read. We're going to do this just because I don't like doing these things here because it can cause problems. So we do that. And actually, I no longer actually need to have my own, have that. There we go. Does the key contain the book ID? Then if, well, var book read console.read key. Key is not equal to Y. Enter a book ID. And what we'll do is we're actually going to ask about the base64 key thing first, I think. Okay. And then we now need to handle that here. Okay. Okay. Right. Here, parameters dot additional parameters dot contains key section. Hang on a sec. So var section ID is equal to -1, but null. Whatever. That needs to be an int. Section ID equals null, and book ID as well. Book ID. If int.tryPass parameters dot additional parameters section string out var out section ID. Okay, that's having a head about out var s ID, then section ID equals s ID. There we go. And actually, I think I can merge that into this if statement here. Should be fine. Go. If parameters dot additional parameters dot contains key book and int dot tryPass parameters dot additional parameters book to string out var BID. Okay. Book ID equals BID. Cool. Right, and then if section ID is not well SID, yeah, section ID dot has value and book ID dot has value, then book equals, oh, hang on a sec, book no, book equals library service dot get book BID 000, or whatever that's SS section ID. There we go. Book ID colon 000. There we go. Else, and that's where we do this part. Cool. There we go. That handles that. Awesome. We should be all good. That should, in theory, be what we need to do. Okay, apparently that's fine. Yes, in theory, we should be good. So if I go encrypt, LP is best, and then I say I want to use section 1, book 5, and then I copy that. So section 1, book 5. So section 1, book 5. That's our configuration. And then we decrypt. So we want our message to decrypt is this. The key is this. It is base 64 encoded. It does not contain the section ID. It was section 1, wasn't it? Yeah, 1, 5. So 1, no, 5. LP is best. Smashed it. Love it. Okay, and now I do just want to grab that key. And I want to redo this, but with the decrypted, the decoded key. So 3 for decrypt. Message is going to be this one. That one there. It is not base 64 encoded. It does not contain the section ID, which is 1. It does not contain the book ID, which is 5. LP is best. Bosh. And then obviously, like, what you could do, like the whole point of these library section books things, if you go 6 and you say, right, section 1, book 5. So what you would do is you would take your list here. So let's pull this down here. We want to look on, say, so page 1. Okay, what? Oh, I've just realized something. Okay, so the key has given us like a 0 index result back. So that's actually page 2, letter 1. And you can't really see that. Can I zoom in on that? Yeah. So if I do this here, pop this down here, pop that there. So the problem we're running into now is that this is page 2, letter 1. Now, that's fine. That's fine. We can handle that. That's not an issue at all. Here we go. Yeah, most programs wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. That's my worry. That's fine. Real simple. Real simple. All we do. Where's our encrypt? Encrypt. So all I do is +1. +1. That makes it human readable. That's fine. And then in the decrypt, we just need to take 1 off. That is literally it. -1. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Hold on. There we go. Right, okay, there we go. So if PID is less than or equal to 0, it's invalid now because there isn't a 0. There is a 0 page, but not for the readable one, you know? I mean, what I could... No, let's do this properly. Let's... Hang on a sec. What we'll do... Let's actually, like, make this readable for me. -1, there we go. This makes it readable for me, at least. Makes it easier for me to understand. -1. Okay, cool. Sorted. That's it. That should now work. So if we zoom in again, get our text document ready, move this up a bit. Okay, so we're going to do again section 1 book 5. I'll tell you what, let's do section 2 book 6. Yeah, so we're going to do 2 for encrypt. LP is best, exclamation point. Right, section 2 book 6. So we're getting this. Apparently there is no L or P, capital L or P, in section 2 book 6. Now I have no idea what the key is for that because it doesn't actually give it back to me. I should probably have it give it back to us both. I should probably have it give us back both keys. I think that's probably the best option there. So let me do that. Let me do that before we continue. In the encrypt, we'll probably want to do just here. We want to do properties.key equals environment.newline key, and then we want to do the same here. This is going to be a plus equals that. That way we can have it like display both basically. So, and actually I'm gonna oh god, I'm gonna like just rejigger this a bit, and we're gonna have this be encoded, decoded. Oh sorry, no, my bad. Encoded, decoded. So then you can kind of like see it, you know. Okay, right. 2 for encrypt. Right, LP is best. Right, section 2, book 6. Here we go. So we get the decoded key as well. I mean, it's because it's the same book and everything. It's gonna give us the same information, but I can now actually take the decoded string. But this is gonna suck. There's 1,000 characters in that one. I'm gonna have to search through. Oh, right. Anyway, so that's given us that. Now we want to go book, and we want to go section 2, book 6. Okay. Oh. Is there an exclamation point in this one? There should be, otherwise it wouldn't have skipped it. It's probably that one. Anyway, so skip, that's fine. And then we want to look at page 2, character 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, space. Okay. T, which is 236. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I. Okay, yeah. 1, 6. Page 1, letter 6. So 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at S. Page 1. Letter 3. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. The space has been. Oh, wait. Of course. My bad. It's because wait. No. This is interesting. Are we getting a random page? We are. We're getting a random page. Oh, I wasn't. For some reason, I was under the impression. I don't know why, because I coded this. I was under the impression that if we had the same character in the source string, the original string, it would give us the same page character combination. So I would expect both spaces to be 27, and you know, 2 I's would be etc, you know, etc. But too easy to crack if it was the same. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is better than I thought it was. For example. Oh, okay. The 2 S's are both 1.6. Unfortunately, both S's are 1.6. But you know, turn into a simple cryptogram. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, you get the point I'm making. You could decrypt it with this. Like, yes, you know. So what? That's gonna be, that's the space, and that's gonna be B. So 90 on page 2. I'm assuming it's the B from began. What I will be honest is it does actually, it does use the first letter. You should have it make a log of the letters and randomize, pick one of all the instances. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say what I should do is not have it pick the first one, because it's always going to pick the first character on the random page. So that's why the S's are both 16 because it's the first S on that page. But yes, I was just literally just thinking that. So we're going to do that. So encrypt. And I mean, I don't think we need to touch the decrypt at all because it's still going to be the same letter, like the same index, you know, because it's the same letter. It's just a different index of that letter, but it's in the encrypt. So here we want to do index of. So what we actually want to do is ooh, how do we want to do this? Var cr equals page dot select I don't really, the thing is, I don't really want to loop through, I don't want to manually loop through all the characters, add them to an array. We might have to though. Okay. Just thinking about ways of doing this because I do want to do this. This is something I do want to do. Dot. What options do we have? Because what I want to do is I want to take the yeah, I want to take the index of it. I think I'm going to be honest. I think I'm going to have to go to cdict equals new dictionary of int. Yeah, in. No, it doesn't have to be a dictionary. It'd be a list of. Can I do a tuple? Is that something I can do? Int string or int char? Yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah, I can do a tuple. Okay. Yeah, so this thing here, by the way, I don't think I've ever gone through this. This is a tuple. All it means is I'm storing two values as one. So then I could do like a cdict. If I do like a var that equals cdict 0, yeah, and then if I do that dot item 1 item 2, you see, like you can basically store two items in one. It's a good way of like doing this kind of thing, where we don't want a dictionary because like we want to be able to filter by letter, and by the time we're filtering the values, the key's useless. Like we can't use the key because we bypassed the key entirely, if you know what I mean. So this is the better option, because then we can filter by char but still get the int out of it. We can still get the index of it. So then what I'd do is I'd do for var ci equals 0, ci is less than c dot length. Oh wait, no, not c. Whoa, not c. Hang on. Pdict, sorry, pdict. pi is less than page dot length. There we go. Pi plus plus. I'm using pi as like a p index, so like page index isn't like character index. So maybe I could do cpi page character index pci. I think pci works. PCI page character index, whatever. I mean, this is, I don't know why I'm fussing about this. It doesn't matter. Pdict dot add. So then we would do PCI, and then it would be page PCI. apparently I can... Sure, okay. And then apparently that can be converted into a link statement? Really? I mean, if that's a thing, if I can just do a select like that and get... Is that a thing? If I incorporate it in the elements index. Oh. In that case, then I don't even need to worry. I don't think I need to worry about this. I think it's literally just... Yeah, oh, okay, then that's fine. Var matching characters, chars, equals page.select x, or page character, so PC and then index. Or PCI, we'll still use PCI. Is that really? PCI gonna work? Yeah, maybe. So then here I would do... I mean, we would still do that. We would still do the new tuple, that thing there. PC, where item 2 is equal to C. So this would then give us our matching characters. But then this is where I then do a select. Oh, sorry. Dot select item 1. We only want the ints. We only want the indexes, right? We only actually then want to, like, you know, and then here we would do var CID equals random. Yeah, random dot next between like 0 and matching chars dot count. Yeah, I'd want to do a dot to list ideally. But I mean, first of all, though, I would hang on a sec. So matching dot count is equal to 0. Then we just need to do this, because if it doesn't exist, we still need to handle that. But then that basically becomes that. Yeah. No, sorry. Almost. Not quite. This actually then needs to become matching chars CID dot. Oh, CID +1. There we go. That sorts that. There we go. And actually, we can sort of simplify that by not doing that there, and instead just doing +1 there. So then we're handling the +1 when we create this list of matching characters. So then we just have to worry about getting it out there. Love it. In theory, that works. In practice, let's find out. So 2 encrypt, and we want to do section. Sorry, LP is best. We want to use section ID of 2, book 6. Let's see if that worked. Let's see if it worked. I'm going to keep the existing one and just paste that one underneath. We have already got different numbers. Wow, we've got vastly different numbers. Okay, so already we've got 2 different S's apparently. Wait, hang on. Oh, sorry, no. Well, yeah, we do have 2 different S's. So that, no, wait, what? Where is it? It was 1-6, sorry, wasn't it? Hang on a sec. So 1-6, so that's been replaced by 1407, and then this 1-6, which is That one there. So it's been replaced with 1632. So let's actually see if it's worked, shall we? So 6, section 2, book 6. Okay, so 231. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, so that's a space. That's good. I don't really want to count 106 in. I might have to, though. So LP space IS space. So that's the S, right? Yeah, 147. I don't really want to count out for. I should really have like a lookup, shouldn't I? Like I should have like a book lookup where like we have an additional option under book on the main screen. So like here we'd have like book lookup. Or like maybe when I get to this point where we go book and we go like section 2, book 6, maybe here instead of press any key to return to menu, I'd have like, you know, press escape to return to menu, or like maybe I'll provide extra options, I guess. Stop at 90 on your way since you have 2-90. Stop at 90 on your way to do what? To read the 400. How would me reading through page 1 to get to 407 help me get to page 2, character 90? What are we expecting that to be, by the way? Up to 106. Oh, okay, I could do that one, yeah. LP space I. So we're expecting an I. Go on then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Right. So we're looking for 90 and 106. We're at 31, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's sorry, that's 90. So that's B E S T exclamation point. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's good. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. And now we just need 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aye. Awesome. It works. Great. I'm happy with that. That works wonders. In that case, I think that now might actually be ready. Oh, yeah. Exit. There we go. I think that might be ready. Something I'm just going to implement, by the way, is... that's a read line. Oh, shoot. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about using escape to quit. You can hit 0. It's whatever. Anyway, sorry. I think now the plan is to build this. Let's build... Hang on a sec. Build bunker project. Build succeeded. Awesome. Let's go. Open folder and file explorer. Bin, release, net 6.0. Yeah, see, I don't want all of this. I want it to be self-contained. So, Visual Studio.net 6 self-contained exe. Right, then that to true. Publish single file, self-contained, runtime identifier, publish ready to run. Boom. Okay, right. Build bunker project. Unfortunately, that count to more than 60 seconds, so I can't clip the whole thing. Oh. Okay, so that'll be no. Hang on, that hasn't worked at all, has it? No, that hasn't worked in the slightest. That is just no. What? Following functions: to publish single file, enable single file publishing, also enable single file warnings during .NET build. Okay, that's fine. Self-contained determines whether that will be self-contained or framework dependent. Okay. Runtime identifier specifies the OS and CPU type you're targeting. Also set self-contained true by default. Right. Weird. My settings are pretty much the same. Let's just take that out. Let's get rid of that as well then. Single file, self-contained, runtime, that one. Implicit usings enabled, that's fine. I'm happy with those. There is a way of doing it that I don't really want to do. I'd rather this just worked. Right, let me just delete that. Let's do another rebuild. Build bunker project. Got to start dinner. Have fun with the rest of your stream. Thank you very much. I hope dinner goes well. Why is this not working? None of this is helping. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the publish, aren't I? I was really hoping to avoid publishing, but I think I'm gonna have to. Alright, well, let's get rid of that stuff. I added those. That's fine. Okay. I just need to add a. Do I need to add it? I'm not sure if I do. I think there's one line I need to add into this file. Apparently. This publish single file. Apparently that should enable the publish to publish the single file. So if I go publish that folder next, No, a specific target, please. Sure, we'll save it there. Show settings. Here we go. So, self-contained. Produce single file. That's great. That's perfect. I want it to target 64-bit. And have rename to. This one's going to be called Win64. WinX64. Rename. Can I duplicate this? No. Folder. Folder. Finish. One sec, let me modify this one. Oh, okay, that one's kind of already done. Yeah, my bad. Self-contained for x86, perfect. I'm going to need a renaming, and this is going to be Win x86. Just because I'm like this, I want to rename that to Win x64, but without. Without the capital. Okay, right, publish. Wait for this to finish. Cancel that actually, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this folder. Cool, love when Visual Studio does this. Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. We're all good. It's just because I deleted the folder. Publish successful. Right, if I go into publish, there. Yeah, okay, so I guess strictly speaking, I don't have to these PDB files, they're all, that's fine, that's completely fine. I mean, what I could do to make this a little bit better, if this was going to work, in theory, I could do this, and that should then, if I republish, give it a second to publish. Any second now. Any second. When you're ready. No, are we not? There we go. Yeah, so I don't know if that worked. Let's just republish. So that succeeded. Do we still have no? Okay, so it still generates them. In theory, they should be embedded. Oh well, I mean, it's not important. It's like it's a non-issue. You don't. I don't have to send them. They're not a problem. But yeah, if I go, let's just hang on. Let's just publish again. Let me just republish. Let's let this publish, and then let's publish the x86 one. I mean, I'm not being funny. I think pretty much everyone these days has a 64-bit machine, but just in case. I also need to see if there's any Linux or Mac ones on there. Linux or Mac builds. If so, then I could build those as well. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna. Who am I gonna send those to? But for fun, why not? There we go. Build that one as well. So now we should have a second folder appear in a second. So this is our x64 one. I'll also run it in a second here to make sure it's going to work. because I've had that happen before, where like it runs fine in Visual Studio, and then I export it, and it then all of a sudden doesn't work, and it's because I hadn't bloody set up some special import or something. Like, you know, it's like you know, one of these might be missing or something, you know. I mean, obviously they're there, but like, all I'm saying is it's possible. There you go, the x86 one's done. And then, yeah, let's just have a look, see what else we got. So folder, folder, finish. And then we go show all settings. What options do we have? So self-contained. So we got Linux, we've got OS X, yeah, interesting. So just out of curiosity, if I do OS X, trim unused code, sure. Save. Rename OS X-X64. And then let's publish that. Wait for this to publish. And then in a second I'll run the other one. I'll run the X64 Win one to make sure it works. There we go, that's worked. New, let's do a Linux one, why not? Linux X64 as well. Trim unused code, nice. Rename Linux-X64. Publish. While that's publishing, we'll run this one. Okay, awesome. So we do actually, it does load at least. That exits, perfect. 2 encrypt, so LP is best. Section 2 6. Okay, I'm willing to accept that that's translated. Now see, this is the thing. So so there's no way of switching the services at the minute, and I mean that's kind of like not possible with the way it's set up at the minute, just because there are steps it goes through. However, having said that, there's no reason why we couldn't rebuild the commands. Is there? Yeah, we could rebuild the commands. Let's do that, I think. So, void rebuild commands. And we would literally just do that. Followed by this. And then what we can actually do is have that be equal to that to begin with. Grab our cypher service and then just do rebuild commands. We don't then have to run that. I'm going to take those and pop those up here. And then yeah, cypher service, that's fine. And then all I need to do is down here in the rebuild commands, we would have reload, and then we'd have switch switch encryption service. Yeah. And actually, we're going to change that to switch cypher service. Or switch cypher. Switch cypher. There we go. Oh, okay, so I just realized that's going to cause problems. In which case, I think... yeah, we might have to, like, do this here. Yeah, we're gonna rename this from rebuild commands to initialize. Call it initialize, whatever. And then what we need to do is we now need to handle switching to cypher. So up here we need to do a void switch cypher. Here we would go case switch cypher return. So by default it would be book cypher, and then all we need to do is what we can do is we can do var ciphers equals new list of I cipher service, new book cipher service, Tell you what, we are actually gonna take this, pop that there, I think. Yeah. So this will be command index that. I think we're going to do that. And because you can only have the one loaded at a time, it doesn't matter if the... Ooh. No, it does. No, it doesn't. No, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. This is good. This is fine. Equals ciphers 0. Yeah, we're going to do that. There we go. Okay. So console dot. Let me just use encrypt as like a basis. So right. Please pick one of the following. So yeah. So these are the cipher options. Then we want to loop through. So let's first of all environment.new line, and then we want to loop through the cipher. So for each var I equals 0, less than ciphers dot count I plus plus. Console.writeLine I, and then we want to do type of ciphers. What's happening here? What's going on? Oh yeah, no, my bad. Ciphers I dot get type dot is there nice, like a nice friendly name for it at all, or namespace name apparently? Not sure about that one. What's full name? Gets the fully qualified name of the type, including its namespace, but it's not its assembly. I don't want that. Maybe it might be name. I don't know. We'll see. And then we do a console.writeLine environment.newLine. Please select. Please enter the ID of the cipher you wish to load. Fast load cipher equals console read line, because we want to read the line. If that's equal to no, then we just return, or leave blank to not to return to menu. There we go. We'll leave blank to return to menu. Cool. Awesome. Is yeah, so string load cipher. We don't need to do null check because that'll handle that for us. Don't need that. Right, enter the ID, and then what we need to do is if int dot try pass load cipher out var cipher ID. But if not, let's do the inverse. So if not, then console.writeLine failed to. Actually, I just realized this is right after a read line. So environment.newLine, environment.newLine failed to load that cipher. No change has been made. Console.writeLine, press any key to return to the menu. Oh. Read key, return. Simple as that. And then we just need to do cipher service equals ciphers cipher ID. And then I need to like do the initialize thing wherever that is. That's up here, isn't it? Yeah, initialize. Yeah. That should work, right? Maybe. Let's see. 2. These are the cipher options. Please enter the ID of the cipher you wish to load or leave blank to return to menu. So ID 1. Looks like it's working. For to decrypt. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Key is 6954. 500 shakes. Yeah, and then switch ciphers back to 0. Encrypt. LP is best. Yeah, section 1, book 1. Awesome, awesome. Can we get a book? Section 1, book 1. Yeah, okay. So now let's say we want to leave it blank. Brilliant, yeah. Switch back to 1. And then 7. Oh. Ah, okay, yeah. That's fine. Or cipher ID is greater than or equal to ciphers dot count. There we go. That's there we go. There we go. That would have been bad. 2, 7, failed to load that cipher. No change has been made. Press any key to return the menu. Love it. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. I'm really pleased with this. It's going well. Release, build, publish. I wish I could publish them all at once. Can I? Maybe I can. There's a batch build, but I don't know if that... I'm going to Google it. Visual Studio batch publish. That's not going to work, is it? Batch, publish, profiles, isn't it? Publish multiple configurations. Be there. Yeah, everyone seems to be going on about using a release tool. I just want to see. Come on. Publish profile. Configuration. Is that what it was? No, it is profiles. Okay. Publish multiple profiles. That doesn't help at all. Okay, yeah, that just wouldn't help. I don't think this is going to be that simple. I'm going to be honest. I might as well. I'm just going to be honest. I may as well. I'm just closing all a bunch of stuff. There we go. I may as well just hit the buttons. Screw it. Just going to publish them all individually. Whatever. Don't care. We're going to sit here for 5 minutes and actually watch this go. Shouldn't take that long. No, see that it's already going quite quick. Much ado about nothing, eh? Is that going to remember that? Like, no, okay, it's all good. So that was annoying. That's that one done. Win64. By the looks of it, it goes to the end when it's done, so that's all good. But yeah, here we go. We've basically got a cipher service that you can switch the ciphers on. Yeah. I'm pleased with that. Oh. Non-nullable property name must contain what? Okay, sure, we'll just do that. Whatever. Actually, I'd rather have that be equal to string.empty. Interesting. I'm surprised that that kicked off there, but not before. Like, why did it do it? Why didn't it kick off out that before? Weird. But yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. What's... Oh, sorry. I just realized it's because I'm running it. Stupid me. Anyway, before we do continue, though, I have actually just decided what I want to do. I'm thinking maybe we do include an action on here. Yeah, public action. Action. Have that default to that. That doesn't need to come through from the services though, so that's fine. Else, here we do an if command is equal to exit. Then we do an environment. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. Basically, what we do here is we do command dot action like that, basically. Invoke, there we go. Cool. And then, I mean, I guess really I should do that here as well. In the individual ciphers, when it comes to actioning the commands. Should really do a dot invoke here. I mean, apparently that's... Oh, right. That is entirely my bad. I've just realised I made that nullable. It shouldn't be. My bad. Okay, so we do an invoke, and then all we need to do is action is equal to environment.exit, like that. Yeah, that's how many easy fit. Hang on. There we go. That's that one. A reload will be oh. Empty. I don't even need to set it. Switch cipher will need to be... Action is going to be switch cipher. Nice. Encrypt is action encrypt. Action decrypt. Simple as that, and then get rid of that. So essentially, long story short, we check to see if okay, when it comes time to handle the command that we're handling, we check to see if the command has a source. If it does, we action the command through the source. Otherwise, we action its own command. Simple as that. Smashed it. Keyboard shift. That's good. That's all happy days. Stop debugging. I'm gonna be honest, I'm confident enough in this that I'm happy to publish it. We can give it a test run in a minute. We'll know if it works when we try and action a command. Any command. We'll try action both the Cypher library command and our command. Publish is going to take a year though. No, there we go, we're good. Right, we're 86. We now need to re-go through all of the rest again. Yeah, we need to go through the whole list again. I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to. I'm just, you know, just saying. So we want to reload. Cool. We want to exit. That worked. Awesome. Let's try an encrypt. LP is best. 1-1. Happy days. Yep, happy days. 5. There you go. The cypher actions still work as well. 2. Switch to 1. Happy days. Let's try LP is best. 500 shakes. Giving us a key and everything. Love it. So switch back. No, yeah, that's good. Cool. I think we're all good. Yeah, I think we're golden. So what I'm thinking, if I take those, go into here and just make a new folder, just call it new folder for now, and put that there. We should, in theory, this should still work. So if I go 711, yeah. So all I need to do is package that up. That's it. I'm going to delete that folder for now. But yeah, it's just basically... I think... Okay, I need to leave those files there because I think they get used. They get used in the build, the publish process. I'm guessing. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. So all I need to do is basically just package this up, these 2 files here, which I might just do now. Add to, oh, that's the wrong folder. 64. Add to archive, zip it, and we're going to call it we call it cypher tool -win -x64. There we go. Let's save this in here. Released that. Publish 86. Cypher tool win86.zip. And there we go. I'm going to distribute those. I don't know if anyone in the Discord uses Linux or Mac OS X, but if they do, we're sorted because I've also got those as well. But yeah, I might distribute those out on the Discord, see what people come up with. Anyway, so that's been fun. I think we've smashed out a lot today. We didn't actually get down to adding any new ciphers though. I've still got my, what, like 11 ciphers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 ciphers to add. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on adding those until next time we play with this, because I think we're going to play with this more on stream at some point. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. I'll get those files uploaded to the Discord, like I said, see what people come up with. I will be live tomorrow. I'm doing a Torch stream tomorrow. We'll be starting earlier than normal. I'll probably start about 2 hours earlier than normal. Yeah, we'll be starting about 2 hours. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to remember what's going on tomorrow. No, to be safe, we're going to start an hour early. We'll start an hour early tomorrow. So 6 PM UK time as opposed to the normal 7. So 6 PM UK time. We're doing Torture stream, so channel points will of course be on, as well as the in-game channel points. It's been nerfed. The spawn's been nerfed, so you can't go and spawn 5 million of the same mob on me. Spawns have been nerfed so that the mob type itself has a cooldown. So if you spawn 3 zombies, you then can't spawn 2 zombies until the 3 zombie cooldown's over. Just because it was hell. Honestly, once we started doing that last time, it was just hell. It was like 60 minutes of just me, literally nothing more than me just running around. It was pointless. It was pointless. I want to make some progress on the server. But yeah, that should be fun. I've also got something put in place that makes it so I can stop the commands being redeemed on me. Obviously, I'm not going to use them midstream. It's more so that once stream's over, I can run the command to disable redemptions, and then I can play at ease off stream. You know, I don't have to get bombarded with commands with redemptions while I'm just trying to chill. You know, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Torture stream. From 6 PM UK time. We'll probably go until reboot, maybe an hour or two after. Reboot is 4 hours, because reboot's at 10 PM UK time. We might go to a reboot. I think we'll do a 4-hour stream, 4-hour torture stream. So 6 PM to 10 PM. That's the idea. And then I won't be live all weekend, just because I do have plans for the weekend. But I will be live again Monday, either with Streamsmiths, or if not with Streamsmiths, with this. We'll be doing more of this Monday. More of this programming, specifically the cypher service. If we don't do the web thing with Streamsmiths, if Streamsmiths is up for it, we'll do web thing. We'll continue with our to-do app on the web. But having said all of that, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're interested in torturing me tomorrow, check it out from 6 PM UK time. You can use channel points, or if you join the server and you transfer your channel points, you can torture me on the server with a plethora of additional commands. But yes, until then, thanks for watching.